Welcome back, Guardians, to another weapon guide. Today we're gonna take a look at one of the best hand cannons in the game right now, and if you checked out my poll, it seems like all of you agree with me, or at least most of you. So today we're gonna take a look at the Igenous hammer. So the Igenous hammer is a new Trials hand cannon that came out with Season of the Chosen. That means if you're not too keen on PvP or you absolutely do not like Trials, this is gonna be quite a hard gun to get, because unfortunately, well, the only way to get it is to play Trials. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel, because it could be the free win reward, meaning you only have to win 3 games, which is connection based, which means that you're gonna have an easier time to actually acquire it. Then you also have the bounty that gives you the free win reward, meaning it's not so hard farming Igenous hammers if the weekend reward for the free win is the hand cannon. And with that being said, what kind of gun is it? Well, it's a 120 hand cannon, meaning it's an aggressive frame hand cannon. And one thing to note with aggressive frame hand cannons is that they already have the knockback from high caliber rounds intrinsically, meaning that for PvP, high caliber rounds gives you range, but so does ricochet rounds, meaning ricochet rounds is probably better. But more on that when we get to the perks. As for now, let's take a look at the weapon stats. And as always, it's a fairly good stat distribution for a 120 hand cannon. The impact is high, the range is high, stability, handling and reload speed are all around 40, meaning there is some room for improvement on the stability side. As for range, well, you could invest in some more range if you want to, but I already feel like most maps in PvP are already so small that the extra range, at least for the damage drop-off, isn't gonna be that helpful. However, the extra range might help you with some additional aim assist. So, well, what would you want to go, stability or range? I would personally still go with range. Unless you have a really hard time controlling the recoil, then I would go with a masterwork that is stability. And with that being said, what would I want to have with this gun? Well, for PvE, I would definitely go with small bore, because small bore is great, it gives you both range and stability. For PvP, however, if you don't want stability, I would instead commit to hammer-forged rifling. So either of these two are really good. Small bore works for both PvE and PvP, while hammer-forged rifling is more oriented towards PvP. And as for the second tier, well, here's where it gets interesting, because as I mentioned, high caliber rounds isn't really useful for high impact hand cannons because they already intrinsically have the knockback. So here I would go with ricochet rounds for PvP, and I would actually also go with ricochet rounds for PvE, since it's really the only valuable tier 2 perk that gives you stability in this tree. And well, you could get flared magwell, but you already have hand cannon loaders, and there are plenty good reload specific perks in the 3rd tier. Speaking of which, we are gonna go with rapid hit for the 3rd tier. Rapid hit is really good for PvE, considering that you're gonna keep landing precision hits, and the more precision hits you land, the faster reload speed and the more stability you're gonna get, meaning it's a great option for any 120 hand cannon. You could also go for Outlaw if you like the reload effect of Outlaw better, but overall I would say rapid hit is the way to go. For PvP, however, reload isn't really all that important, and instead here I would go with quick draw, since it allows you to swap between this weapon and something else like a shotgun or a sniper depending on the situation. And finally, for the 4th and final tier, here for PvE I would go with Rampage. Rampage with rapid hit or outlaw just makes this feel like a good old Midnight Coup, only slower, but it kind of gives me the same feeling that Midnight Coup gave me. That is, it just feels great, like I don't need anything else. Igenous hammer with Rampage and rapid hit just feels so good. So if you want one for PvE, I would highly recommend that you get one with small bore, ricochet rounds, rapid hit and Rampage. As for PvP, the final perk can be either snapshot sights or moving target. I would personally go, since we already selected quick draw, with moving target, since snapshot and quick draw, it differs in their ADS time, sure, but I feel like the amount of extra ADS you get with snapshot is not worth the investment if you already have quick draw. So in that sense, I would go with quick draw and moving target. So for PvP, that would be hammer forged rifling, ricochet rounds, quick draw, and moving target. I think that would be a superbly good hand cannon. But if you like to play 6v6 a lot, that is the normal Crucible playlists, then having a hand cannon with Rampage could also really be good. As a matter of fact, the Outlaw Rampage combo that is usually specific for PvE is surprisingly powerful in PvP as well, considering you can easily get that 3x stack, and that means you're gonna 2-tap any Guardians no matter their resilience. It also looks amazing and takes shaders really good. There's nothing really I would change with this gun. It fits the female trials while also shading really nicely, meaning I would probably give this a 9 out of 10 in design. And as you've already noticed with all of my rambling about how good this gun is, it's obviously gonna get a 10 out of 10 for me in the functionality sector for both PvE and PvP. And with that being said, I want to thank you so much for watching the video, and I want to ask you guys a question, which is, what do you think about the Igenous hammer? Leave your response down in the comment section down below. And as always, if you did enjoy the video, then liking the video and subscribing to the channel is a great way to stay up to date on all the latest uploads, while also being a great way to support the channel itself, so don't be afraid to hit that bell. And as always, I want to wish you the very best of your day, and I will see you next time. This is TCSpectre, signing off.